What's up there, guys? This is David, aka Package Stiller, and today I have this. This is the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller. Now, I've had this for about 6 months or so, and so I wanted to give my thoughts and impressions on what it's like to use it, and is it worth the $180 asking price? Now, they came out with the first one a couple of years ago, and while it was very premium and it had all the bells and whistles, but it had, shall we say, some quality control issues. So is the Series 2 enough to kind of mitigate all the bad aspects of the Series 1? Is it worth it? Does it suck? That's what we're here to find out. Let's go. Starting with the controller itself, I really did enjoy the feel of the Elite Series 2 controller. It's definitely a premium feeling controller, and it has a slight heft to it that underscores that this is not a regular Xbox controller. The handles have a textured grip to them that really helps when trying to be a sweaty boy on Call of Duty. The triggers also have a texture to them that makes it just that much easier to press them. But while this is definitely a premium feeling controller, the real reason that you buy this controller is because of the sheer customization. Microsoft gives you a nice handy dandy travel pouch that makes it easy to store your controller along with a plethora of tools to modify the controller. However, the first method of customization is on the controller itself. There's like a small switch on either side of the triggers that allow you to modify how far the trigger depresses. There are 3 levels, with the lowest setting being useful for games that require quick reaction like first-person shooters. The highest level allows you to press the trigger all the way, which is very useful in games that require a little bit more precision, like racing games, so you can modulate the accelerator or the brake. Moving on, we have various thumbsticks that you can switch out to suit your preferences. All of them snap magnetically onto the base, and there are some that are extra tall for those who want a little bit more precision, as well as thumbsticks for those who really love the Xbox 360 controller. There's also one for people who prefer like a domed thumbstick instead of the traditional concave thumbstick, kind of like the ones that are on the PlayStation controllers. And for those who love fighting games, you can switch out the D-pad for one that's excellent for easily executing combos and movement, although personally I don't really use it that much, to be honest. Next, there's a little tool to adjust the tension of the thumbsticks. Sometimes you might want the thumbsticks to be a little tighter, especially if you're sniping in a shooter. Honestly, all you really do is insert the tool and twist it like a screwdriver. It's pretty easy, honestly. Finally, there are various paddles that you can clip onto the back of the controller. This is most useful for being able to press the face buttons without having to take your thumbs off the thumbsticks, like if you're trying to jump and move at the same time. You can map whatever button you want to the paddles using the Xbox Accessories app. Like the thumbsticks, the paddles are also held in magnetically and are pretty easy to put in. Overall, Microsoft has provided a lot of ways to customize the physical feel of the Elite 2 controller, but there is also a software component. As I said earlier, the Xbox Accessories app is where you can basically remap any button on the controller. You can create up to 3 profiles and switch between the profiles on the fly by pressing the button in the middle of the controller. And when I say you can remap any button, I mean it. Like, look at all of these options here. But there's even more features. You can even adjust the dead zone for the thumbsticks and the triggers. This really allows you to dial in exactly how you want the controller to feel. In regular use, I really enjoy using this controller. Being able to change how far the triggers to press is especially important to me. I will admit that I don't really change out the thumbsticks all that much, but I do like the option. Now, as a PC gamer, I usually use a mouse and keyboard when playing a first-person shooter competitively, but occasionally, I like to plug in a controller. If anything, the customizability of the controller helps me to be almost as effective as using a mouse and keyboard. Most of the time. Alright, so the question you're asking yourself is this worth it? Is this worth my $180? And I would say, as always, it depends. So, are you the kind of gamer that plays first-person shooters competitively? Do you like being able to customize your controller, make it however you want, to remap buttons, to change out the thumbsticks and change out the D-pad and make it basically change it to whatever game you're playing to fit that play style? If you're any of that, yes, this is definitely worth it, especially if you don't have any issues. Now, I will say, for me, I didn't really have that many issues. However, I did have some problems with the Bluetooth connection. Occasionally, it would cut out intermittently, and when you're playing, a first-person shooter, or when you're playing competitively or playing online with other people, and you just suddenly glitch out, that's very frustrating. So I would say that's probably the one of the main little glitches I had with it. But other than that, I didn't really have that many issues with it. I know other people might have issues with the Series 2 controller. And if you look on Reddit, if you look online, you'll probably find, maybe stick drift or something like that. I haven't really faced any of those issues, but for what it's worth, just, taking my opinion with a grain of salt. But for me, it's absolutely worth it. Being able to customize the triggers, being able to add those paddles so I don't have to keep, moving my right thumb on the right thumbstick. I think it's worth it for me. Now, if you just simply need a controller, like let's say you're a PC gamer and you mainly use the mouse and keyboard for mostly every game, you kind of need an Xbox controller for, the occasional platform game or something like that, then don't get this controller. Do not get this controller. Get the regular Xbox controller or some cheap knockoff. I don't know. No, just get the regular Xbox controller. It's much higher quality. But yeah, get that. But if you really just need an Xbox controller just for playing, you don't really do any of the customization. You don't really need any of the premium stuff. Just get the regular Xbox controller. Don't waste your money on this if you're not going to use all of the features, right? So only spend your money on this if you're going to use all of the features. So with that said, that has been my experience and thoughts of the Xbox Elite Series 2 controller. I hope you all like this video. I'm going to try to put more tech videos out. I just reached, I've reached over 100 subscribers. Thank you all so much for allowing me to, it's funny. I don't really post videos all that often, and I apologize. I've been trying to determine where to go with my channel. What do I do? If you scroll through my videos, you'll see that I have different kinds of videos. I have game impressions, I have tech reviews, I have more analytical type videos. So I was trying to figure out, what do I do? And so I looked at my Galaxy Book S review, and it has over 10,000 views. And I was like, wow, okay. So I guess you all really like tech reviews. So I'm going to try to do a lot more tech reviews like this one in the future. And so just be on the lookout for that. And, if you like more tech videos like that, if you like more tech reviews, this is YouTube. You know what to do. Do what you need to do down there so you can see the stuff up here. All right. So with that said, I'm done with this video, and thank you all so much for watching this. And until next time, Soli Deo Gloria.